The truth of situations can shock us, they can amaze us, they can surprise us. But how often is it that we've truly stopped and taken a look at the truth that has happened in our lives? Joey was one that the teachers didn't always like, because in class, Joey was the one that was daydreaming all the time. They'd have to wake him up from his daydreams, and they'd ask him specifically, "Joey, what is it that you're daydreaming about?" And every single time he would say, "I'm daydreaming about what tomorrow will be like." And the teachers would always look at him and say, "Well, everything will be okay. Just let tomorrow take care of tomorrow. Whatever will be, will be." Joey didn't like that answer. So one day after school, Joey was sitting underneath a tree, daydreaming like he normally did in the afternoons, when all of a sudden this elderly gentleman came and kicked him in his shoe. Now, Joey didn't like that. Joey got very upset, and he looked up at this elderly man and said, "What in the world are you thinking? Can't you see that I'm sitting here daydreaming?" The gentleman looked at him and chuckled and said, "Of course I see that you're daydreaming. I have come specifically on an errand just for you." Now, when Joey heard this, he got very intrigued. He said, "Oh, really?" And the elderly gentleman said, "Yes." He opened up his coat, reached in his pocket, and he pulled out a pocket watch and promptly handed it over to Joey. Joey looked at it and said, "Well, this is just your ordinary watch." And the gentleman said, No, my man, I will need you to understand. This is a very special watch. This is the watch of your life." Now that really got Joey interested. And he went, "Really?" He said, "Yes. All you have to do is twist the top a little bit and it will go forward for you. But be very careful with how you use this, because your life will go by quicker than what you think." Joey went, "Whatever. I'm going to try this tomorrow at school." So the next day during school, during math class, and Joey hated math class. He said, "Well, let me pull out the pocket watch and see if this thing works." So he pulled it out and he twisted the top a little bit, and poof, math class was over. And he went, "Wow, if it worked for this, I wonder if it would work for the rest of the day as well." So he did that, twisted it a little bit more, poof, the whole day of school was over. Now he had the afternoon. He was so excited about this, and he went, "I'm going to hold on to this, because maybe, just maybe, things will actually work out." And the next day he started thinking about how long he was going to be in school, and the fact that 12 more years, internships, all this other stuff. And he said, "Forget this. I'm just going to get to the good parts." So he twisted the hands on the watch, and poof, he's done with college. Excited to see what was next. And he started finding jobs, found a job that he enjoyed, and then one day he said, "This is a little too much for me. I'm going to have to work up the line. I don't want to have to do this." Then what he decided to do, took out the pocket watch again, twisted it, and poof, he's the CEO of the company. Phew. He was so excited. But then he realized, I'm all alone. I need to speed up time so I'll meet somebody. And finally he met somebody, and he went, "Well, it's not just that I'm all alone. I got to make sure that this girl stays with me." So he twists the pocket watch again, and poof, they're married. Joey was so excited. Time continues on. For a little while, Joey forgets the pocket watch, till the day his wife becomes pregnant. And he went, oh, I can't wait. Can't wait this long. So he twists it again, and poof, 9 months are gone. Little one's there. Little one's there, and he realizes that the little one's taking too much of his attention. So what does he do? He twists that pocket watch again, and all of a sudden, 12, 13, 15 years go by. Little one's a teenager, they have other kids. But what he forgets is he forgot what the old man said, that your life quickly slips by. At every single point in his life, he kept continuing to twist that knob of the pocket watch. Any problems, any difficulties, he kept doing that. Till one day, he realized as he was walking down the hall, he looked in a mirror and he saw a face of someone he didn't recognize. The face that looked back was the older version of himself. And as he stared, he went, "What have I done to myself? I have wasted my life away." At that moment in time, he heard the elderly gentleman behind him laughing and chuckling. And he turned around and Joey said, "What in the world have you done to me?" The gentleman said, "Joey, this is what happens when you don't use the time in your life correctly." And then all of a sudden, the gentleman disappeared, and Joey's just standing there looking in the mirror, unsure of what to do because of the time that he had wasted. Then all of a sudden, Joey woke up, still sitting under the shade tree, realizing that all of it was a dream. Joey ran off that afternoon, thanking God for reminding him to use the time he has wisely. When have we stopped and realized how we are using our time? Thankfully, we don't have a magic ball of thread or a pocket watch or anything else to make time go by fast. But let alone, time has a way of slipping by very quickly. God continues to call to us to remind us, watch the time that you have. Understand how I love you, how I want to take care of you. And even more, take a look outside. Look at how I take care of nature, specifically how I take care of the sparrows. If I take care of the sparrows in this way, I'm going to take care of you. Our next song, specifically meaning, is entitled Sparrows. Now, as we get ready to play this song, listen very closely to the lyrics of this.